guys, Katie here with LuLaRoe Katie Kokensparger. I am in the LuLaRoe Queue, and I wanted to talk to you all about a few things, keeping perspective while you're in the queue, and some of the complaints that you may have or that you may hear about the time in the queue. Number one being the wait. So when you join LuLaRoe, you are entered into a queue in which you wait. And you wait until you get your call to onboard, and then you get to order your inventory, and then you probably wait another week or two until the inventory arrives, less time if you're lucky. So when I joined the queue, it was January 20th, and at that point the wait was about 6 to 8 weeks, which was actually a lot shorter than what a lot of people waited last year in 2016. As of right now, they are onboarding a little bit faster, so I'm hoping that my wait is going to be closer to 6-week time. But when you're in the queue, you do have a waiting period, and a lot of people get really I say a lot, I'm realizing that. A lot of people get really upset about that because they want to be able to do like a lot of other direct sell companies do, where you call up a number or go to a website and you pay $99 and you are automatically a consultant or a presenter or whatever they may call you at the other companies. And I have been a part of one of these companies before, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. That's how they choose to run their business. It is a little different with LuLaRoe because you're not working out of a catalog. You get all of your inventory, and you basically become your own small business. So during that wait time, it is actually really important to have that time, because not only are you preparing your home and your family for this huge change in your life and all of these beautiful clothes and this inventory that you're going to have, you have to set up a space for that, and you have to buy supplies for that. You have to set up your email, you set up your social media accounts, start building those if you choose to do that while you're in the queue. There's tons and tons of things to do. In addition to that, you have this great opportunity to spend that time really getting to know the company and getting to know the garments, getting to know where the different pieces are made. And one of the things that I love about LuLaRoe, as opposed to a lot of other clothing companies, is that they really pay the people who make their clothes really well. So it's not like they're being made in sweatshops or anything like that, and there's a lot of integrity that goes behind how they treat the people who make their clothes. So while you're in the queue and you are waiting, take that time to go into the fashion fundamentals, to go into the assets and really get to know the branding, get to know the company, get to know Mark and Deanne through the YouTube channels and through the weekly Q Club calls. Those are so important, and I really get a lot out of those. Plus, if you're on the Q Club calls, you actually have the opportunity to be one of 5 people every week that's onboarded early, but you don't get that chance if you don't listen to the calls. So do that. Number 2 big thing to do while you're in the queue is come up with your why. Why are you choosing to join LuLaRoe? Why is this a move that you're making in your life right now? Because it's a huge decision. And I'm actually going to do a separate video where I can talk about my why, because I feel like it's so important that I really want to dedicate just one specific video to it. But I recommend that you find the book by Simon Sinek, who LuLaRoe actually quotes him a lot. But his book is called Start With Why. Start With Why and The Go-Giver, not by Simon Sinek, but both 2 excellent books. And that's another thing that you can really do while you're in the queue, is to learn about how you want to be as a small business owner. And LuLaRoe is really founded on the principles of blessing others and giving more than receiving. Okay, another big complaint that people have about LuLaRoe and becoming a consultant is the cost. And let me tell you, it is scary. As of right now, the smallest onboarding package is just below $5,000, and that doesn't include leggings, which of course you want to add those because that's what people want, is the leggings, right? I mean, that's like the what people call the gateway drug into the company, because people try on the leggings and they fall in love. That's what I did. Actually, as of January 1st of this year, and it's only February 19th, like I said. So as of January 1st of this year, I had never tried a single piece of LuLaRoe clothing. And I tried the leggings, fell in love, and in like 2 weeks' time had signed up to become a consultant. Crazy, huh? And let me tell you, we don't really have that kind of money laying around. Actually, we don't have that kind of money laying around. And thank goodness for tax returns, number one. And we are just sacrificing and finding ways to make it work, because after doing all the research and talking it through with my husband and praying about it and praying about it and praying about it, we really felt like this was somewhere that God was leading me and that God was leading us as a family. And it's definitely something that I'm going to have my family support on, because from what I understand, it is a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun. And I actually helped host a pop-up the other week in my home so that I could kind of get to know my customer base while I'm in the queue and see what their wants and desires are and things like that. And I had a friend of mine who is a consultant come over, and she did the pop-up, but she really let me kind of help out with helping the girls find the styles that really worked for them. And it was so much fun, guys. Like, to see the look on a woman's face when she doesn't necessarily feel that confident in herself, and then she tries on a piece of clothing that she doesn't think that she can wear or doesn't think she can pull off, and you can help her style it to where it works for her and it works for her body. And then to see her look in the mirror and feel beautiful, it is the most amazing feeling. And it's worth so much more than any of the money that you can make, is just seeing the confidence that these women get when they put on their clothes. I know when I put them on, I feel more confident. Okay, so the cost. Yes, it's a huge investment. And yes, it makes my stomach turn, just like when I signed papers on our house. But just like buying a house, it was a huge blessing to my family. And I really feel like God is leading us, after praying about it, in this direction, and that it's going to be a huge blessing to my family and to other women. And there are things that you can do. You can, take out a personal loan, or take out a small business loan, or take out a credit card, or ask to borrow money from friends and family, although that's not something that I felt personally like I should do, but I know a lot of people who are in the queue do that. Maybe you have money set aside in savings. I do recommend that if you're a praying person, that you really pray about this investment before you do anything, because obviously I would not want to do anything that I didn't feel like God was leading me to do. But after, like I said, praying about this and talking with my husband about it, and let me say, I know a lot of women who don't have the support of their husbands in this, and that was really important to me, was that I had his support. And I really thought that he was going to say absolutely not. But after I went to him and I talked to him about it, and I showed him some YouTube videos of like my sponsor who had made YouTube videos and what her experience had been, and some other women as well. And he got to see those perspectives, and just like I said, praying about it and talking it through, he, I think, saw the joy in my face when I talked about it, and when I talked about how I felt like it was a dream that God was fulfilling in my life by bringing this to me right now. And I really felt like I wasn't choosing LuLaRoe, but like LuLaRoe had found me. And I think he saw the joy and the excitement, and he was totally on board and has been so supportive. And I really pray that your husbands find that peace with it and see the joy in your own heart and eyes too when you talk about LuLaRoe, if this is a decision that you are going to make. Okay, so after the cost, another big complaint that people have is with either the onboarding packages or with the prints. People think that it is a disadvantage to not be able to choose and customize your initial onboarding package or to choose or customize the prints that you receive. And let me tell you why I disagree with that point. Because the onboarding packages are chosen by LuLaRoe as a way to set you up for success when you first start out. They pick out the pieces, the styles that are their best sellers, and those are the pieces that you get in your onboarding package. So from the very beginning, rather than having to kind of figure out the market and what things are selling at the moment, they provide that for you. Onboarding packages change quite frequently to keep up with that demand and the styles that are selling the highest. So in retail, as you can probably imagine, things change quite frequently. You know, if you go into a store, they're already preparing for the next season months ahead of time. Well, with the onboarding packages, you don't have to do all of that research when you're first starting out and you have tons of other things to worry about and research. LuLaRoe has already done that for you. Now, if you want to add more things on to your package, you can do that. And I highly recommend that you speak with your sponsor and that you come up with a plan for that if you want to. And if you don't want to add anything else on, then you don't have to. So talk to your sponsor, and if you don't have a sponsor, I would love to answer any questions that you have. I have an excellent sponsor and an excellent upline, and they answered all of my questions and continue to answer all of my questions because it's an ongoing learning process. And that's one thing that LuLaRoe says a lot, is to not be a know-it-all, but be a learn-it-all. The other thing was the prints. So people get upset because they can't choose their prints, and I have heard this so many times by some of my friends who have said, aren't you afraid you're going to get a bunch of duds? Well, not really, because first of all, everybody has different tastes. What I love, my best friend might not love. We have different styles. And what she loves, I might not love. What I love, my mom probably is not going to absolutely love. And what my mom loves, I can probably guarantee you might not be the thing that I would choose for myself. Except for the black leggings, which everybody loves. So, what you might get in a package, you might pull out and think, that is the one pair of leggings that I would never ever in the world wear. And then you might pull out something else next that you think, oh my gosh, these are my unicorns, these are amazing. And then you can go live and sell them, and that one pair that you said you would never wear will be the first pair that sells. And that pair that were your unicorns might sit there for months and never be sold until you just decide to claim them for yourself. The other reason why not picking your prints is a great thing is that it keeps there from being competition between the consultants. And I am so amazed at the business plan that LuLaRoe has come up with that keeps that from happening, because other direct sell companies, there's lots of competition. And that's why you don't have to worry about the market being oversaturated with LuLaRoe, because everybody has different inventory. So if I have a friend who's looking for something and I don't have it in my inventory, I don't mind sending them to somebody else who I know has it in their inventory. I would prefer to encourage and uplift my fellow Lula sisters rather than feeling like I have to tear somebody down or try to beat out the person next door. In fact, in my neighborhood, now granted my neighborhood has 500 houses. In my neighborhood, from what I understand, once I am onboarded, there will be 3 of us. I have met one of the girls. I don't know who the other one is. But you know what? I'm not scared. I don't care. We have different friends. We have different family. We have different social circles. And our neighborhood is pretty huge. So, like I said, I'm not worried about it. Plus, we'll have different inventory. You know, maybe she might carry a style that I don't carry. And even if we carried all of the exact same styles, we're going to have different prints. So the whole not being able to choose your prints is not a big deal. So don't sweat that. I hope this has answered some of your questions or some of the complaints you may have heard about joining LuLaRoe. If you have any other questions, please feel free to contact me. You can ask me in the comments below. You can find me on Facebook. I will post the link in the bio section underneath or in the description section underneath. And please come and join my VIP page. If you're not looking to join LuLaRoe and you just love it and you want to have a consultant who really values customer service and who really wants to see you feeling beautiful like you are, then please come and join my VIP page. You can find me at under groups at Katie's LuLaLovely's VIP on Facebook. You can also find me on Instagram, or you can like my business page on Facebook under LuLaRoe Katie Kochensparger. That's Cochensparger. As always, I hope you all have a beautiful day and that you choose joy. Talk to you later. Bye.